I think the U.S. government, other governments around the world, public sector here in Asia, we have a strong footprint on that. They've relied on Red Hat for multiple decades here to help run their operations. And that's why we're trying to also join them in that pursuit for AI and that promise. In terms of, I think of two dimensions when I think of the opportunity for governments that come to mind. One would be that productivity. How can they put it into their day-to-day operations, digitize, automate, what they do. The other side of it, and this is where Red Hat has, I think, a unique point of view on really, we call them large language models, but we believe also in smaller large language models. And one of the reasons there is really around the energy side of it. The consumption, whether it's the energy topics within the U.S. or Europe, different governments I meet there, or here in Asia, energy is at the center of a lot of these debates. Running more sustainable, smaller models generates less energy. And
energy efficient
yes, exactly.
as well.
It's been a topic that's been hot when I've been on these topics.
So let me ask you, how AI'd is the U.S. government right now?
Yeah, I think we definitely are in the early innings, and I don't think that the U.S. government is different than most of our commercial customers I actually talk to. Yeah. I usually break the ice, because I think everyone thinks that they're behind in this. I think, AI is one of these where we're probably dramatically underestimating the potential in the next 10 years. But, within the next year, it's still a coin flip on whether we've overestimated that or not. But everyone's doubling down on, what that can look like, whether that's the U.S. government or governments here in Asia, customers here in Asia.
I had a thought, and I want to bounce this off you and see what you think, right? I mean, everybody's worried about the inflationary impacts of, potential inflationary impacts of what Trump may want to do, right? Tariffs, of course, top of mind, et cetera, right? The offsets to that, though, folks are saying, well, look, hold on. It could be offset because he wants to deregulate sectors like energy, pump, baby, pump, right? Bring down the price of oil. That will help offset any inflationary impact. Then you've got, cutting layers of bureaucracy, hopefully not gutting the Pentagon. I'm not sure, right? That's another offset. AI, though, right? Yeah. If the government itself adopts AI more, right, there are cost savings, efficiencies, and also productivity gains, which potentially could offset the inflationary impact. And the government is a huge employer.
Yes, I agree. Those are the variables within play here. Productivity and that unlock that you get from AI. I love the analogies I've heard that it could be the biggest productivity savings that we've seen since the rise of electricity, right? And I'm in that camp, in that promise camp. I think as you look at how we're driving that, we are in those early innings to figure out how can we unlock that, whether it's in the hands of the current folks that are a part of the government. Is it an agent that's replacing those? Those are the use cases we're in the middle of. I mentioned that we have a point of view on smaller open source models. The other part of that is being able to train them and customize them. So whether it's a bank or whether it's a government agency, getting in there with our partners and creating a model that's going to be purpose-built for them, consume less energy. And then the last piece of it is, and I think you're going to see this in the government, is the regulation and the ability to keep your data within the walls you want to keep it in. The third point of view between smaller models that are also going to be trainable, you can customize them. The same way we see the cloud as hybrid, and we've proven that within Red Hat, we also view AI will be everywhere, and you need to be able to bring it within your walls, within your data, and even to the edge. And the governments are going to need that.